everybody, what is up? Welcome to this nighttime reading here. I'm going to bring to you. So let's go ahead and get started. There we go. I think that's a nice view of everything. So if you're new to the channel, thank you for joining. You may want to check out previous reads, specifically for Divine Masculine and Feminine that I just did the other day under the live tab. So just like this video is live, you can catch the replay on the live tab of the page, okay? It is separate from the pre-recorded and uploaded videos, okay? So if you're new, please like or subscribe. That helps pass the messages around, and it is 100% free and a great way that you can share your positive energy with others, okay? And communicating the messages that we all need to know. In the collective, what do we need to know here today? For tonight, closing out January in 2024, wherever you are, right? Time and illusion, but yet we are still tracking it day by day, right? Yes. Because we all know you can't accomplish everything in a single day, so there's always tomorrow. Now we have the Hermit, Virgo. What is going on with this Hermit card here? Looking very cozy indeed, shrouded in their almost looks, do you guys remember Snuggies, right? Let's see where this takes us. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Tom Petty, but he used to have a radio show called Buried Treasure. And it almost looks like he's kind of like, hey, look what I found, like, you know, and you know, I feel like that's kind of part of this Hermit energy. Wow, the artist. So maybe collective for you, this is exactly what you were looking for and you found it. You found that like creative spark within you. Maybe you thought you were just somebody who didn't have, you know, the ability or the capacity to do something like that, but maybe you really discovered that like through your appreciation, you know, like interest and work and dedication are, you know, those are earth, symbols of earth, okay? And with Virgo especially, you know, somebody who's very diligent and down to the details. So you know, a Virgo knows like how many times they practiced on their craft this week, right? But interestingly enough, here, what's going on is that you've actually found what you want to work on, collective, and it's gaining you some new wings, some new kind of, you know, perspective and hope for the future too, of like things that you want to experience because of this. Right? And this is, I think, you know, more, you know, also if you're kind of like an introvert or something, collective, this is like, wow, you know, maybe I don't have to be a hermit anymore. Like I can express myself through this kind of creative task here. Okay. And then, you know, you won't be like having that Eight of Swords kind of energy from being, you know, in hermitage. You know what I mean? Like something good will blossom from it. Page of Pentacles in the foundation here. You know, this could bring you some success. You know, wild success is always possible, right? But is that the reason that you're doing it? No. You know, the reason you're doing it is more focused on keeping yourself like happy in like that Nine of Cups type space, okay? Where you're fulfilling yourself, okay? And that you're able to patiently consider when offers come to you, right? You know, just the messenger doesn't have to be the person that you give your answer to, right? It's just the person delivering the message, right? So think about that when you're listening to this reading, okay? Because then you have to consider how everything applies to you, all right? So use your own discernment. And, you know, if it's not your message today, it's not. But I feel like for a lot of the collective here, this is come after a period of reflection and, you know, maybe, you know, just being indoors and kind of like cooped up and those sorts of things, okay? The World card here in the recent history. So, you know, one chapter closes, another opens. You know, how many times have you heard that, right? And it's kind of like beating that same old drum. But now it's kind of like you're being asked to consider a alternate path, okay? And again, that's where you might be starting to get involved with other people through like a kind of contract or something like that. So it's again, you know, something that you need to kind of put your eyes on, okay? And, you know, pay attention to those details again. And the thing is, I feel like you're way more studious than a lot of people give you credit for here with the World card as well, because you actually know how to step into, you know, like that Tom Petty song, Into the Great Wide Open, you know. Under the sky so blue, right? Three of Cups. Yeah, you're really ready to celebrate. You don't want to feel, you know, caged in or you know, cooped up any longer. I feel like with you know, ideas about how you're going to do this, you just want to kind of like celebrate being able to do it. And you're doing this in the presence of your friends as well, right? Where you know, it's okay to, you know, have that enjoyment, right? And I feel like some of these people also get you here with this artist, like because they're seeing you step out of like your regular routine, maybe your 9 to 5 or something. Yeah, King of Swords, you know, so somebody who's definitely about the business, right? Also Libra, Gemini, Aquarius can be kind of standoffish sometimes, aloof, you know, and that's kind of this hermit here, but also somebody who's smart enough to interpret these contracts. And, you know, I've had a lot of masculine energy specifically come through in some past readings, as well as feminine in some specific readings lately. So, if this is relating to you, then you may be this masculine, or this may be a masculine in your kind of energy. Okay. And somebody who yeah, not afraid to take action is what I heard. Okay. um Also hearing that ACDC song, which hopefully you don't take this the wrong way, but the Dirty Deeds song. But it's like, you know, everybody wants something done until they have to get their hands dirty, right? And it's kind of like this King of Swords knows how to take action on things that matter when it comes to the collective here, okay? Justice. Okay, so here you go. That's Libra as well. Excuse me. So I feel like collective, you're moving ahead with this because you feel very justified in doing so. Okay, you feel very confident about it as well. And kind of with this King of Swords type thing is like you don't really care what so and so from you know, down the street has to say about it, because they're not living your life, right? And it's like the King of Swords knows how to put a boundary on that and just be like, okay, well, you know, see you later. Like, I have things to do. See you later. So, what's up for the environment here for the collective? Okay. The Six of Wands. Yeah, you're like, see you later. I'm going to my like little um community group here where we're gonna wear our capes and congratulate each other on a job well done. Because we earned it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, going to the sports banquet at the end of the year. You know what I mean? It's like it's kind of a pageantry, but at the same time, it's like, okay, it's all right to kind of take that moment and say, look, we did pretty good, pretty good this year, right? So, 10 of Wands. So, you could have people kind of worried that you're like tired of their BS or whatever. Okay. Anyway. Sorry, sometimes these messages are not meant for everybody. So, that's my discernment as a reader, okay? So, anyway, but it relates to people that are tired of the BS, right? And some people don't know what side they're going to be on it, and that's why it's appearing here in the hopes and fears, okay? And especially as you are very powerful here with the King of Swords, and now you have the Moon, okay? So, you may have some Pisces in your chart as well. Cancerian energy also astrologically speaking, okay? Um, so we did just have a full moon near the end of January, the first full moon of 2024, where, things may have started to become apparent. And things that you are becoming apparent with is that you're not putting up with another ounce of BS. 12:12 on the clock. Yes. And a King of Swords is just the person to cut that off, right? To say, look, it's just not for me, okay? And it's like, nothing personal. This is just how, it's been decided, right? So with the Justice card, it may just be like a learning and growing process, right? Um, the way that it shakes out, okay, for certain individuals, okay? But again, I don't think you're going to get bogged down in the emotions, okay? You're channeling that now into, and this is kind of what's been crossing you at the moment. So if this is something that you've not been sure about, like the message is now, yes, seize that moment and take advantage of that energy so that you can actually reflect in what the moon is showing you. Okay, 13:13 on the clock. So, okay, I think let's see. Since we ended with the moon card, maybe I will do some moonology. So, thank you for joining. If you are new, please subscribe, and if you are liking this message, please like the video. Helps pass messages around to those who are in need of them. Okay, so one more time for the collective, please. What do they need to know? Again, only take parts of this message that resonate with you. This is for a collective, so not everything I say may be resonating with you, okay? Meditate and contemplate new moon in Pisces. The moon being our last card, also representative of Pisces in the tarot. So yeah, I think here what you're being asked to do, especially with the world card, meditate and contemplate, really start, and with the moon card, to really reflect on these lessons, okay? And see what you want to then, so when that new moon comes around, what kind of, outcome from that lesson do you want to manifest for yourself? Maybe it's better money management. Maybe it's better personal relationships. Maybe it's better physical health. Maybe it's better career opportunity. However, that shakes out for you, okay, with these situations that you've been dealing with here and the way that you've come to this discovery as well with the Hermit card, okay? Sorry, y'all. Sometimes it takes it out of me to do these. But, you know, when you're called to do it, you just gotta do it. Look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. So, um, this is balanced as well, actually, this arrow, but it's pointing forward. Your north node may be important to you. Definitely check out your chart, both Western and Vedic, okay? Um, and the bigger picture of that being, especially if you are a certain sign or whatever, and like maybe you've never resonated with astrology, well, maybe it's because that's not really highly aspected in your chart, and maybe you have other things going on that are drawing you in different directions, and you're like, actually, yeah, that does sound more like me. Maybe I am more, of a stoic type person, or maybe I'm more intellectual or logical, and all of this, moon and emotional business I just don't really get into. Like, I like to look at the bigger picture and see what's going on, right? That could be more your type of energy, collective, okay? Not everything, because like in the feminine there's more, I would say, openness to that emotion, just based upon the biology, for one. So however you're identifying, okay, we all have traits of the other, but there would be something that kind of drives you with that as well. Okay, the answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. So maybe by the next full moon, so we've already had one, for the year, and it's kind of like now maybe you're getting into a routine. Okay, so yeah, expect powerful change. So if you are getting into a routine, collective, um, it's going to benefit you that you're going to start being, more productive and get the answers you need. Okay. Um, yeah, and you're going to be given the time to do this, okay? So don't feel like you have to be like in a rush, but you can definitely like start to set these burdens down if you were worried that that wasn't going to be able to happen, okay? So that's part of why the King of Swords is here as well, to remind you that it is up to you who you let in and out, right? So if that person isn't adding, value to your life, then, you're allowed to reassess that relationship, okay? Um and maybe for some of you, this person, if you are this King of Swords, or if you are dealing with a King of Swords, whatever communication you've had up until now, it's not been exactly clear. And maybe that's because you or this person's been in hermit mode. Okay. So these answers you need that are coming with this Gemini, this communication, Gemini is definitely about communication. Okay. So, and you may be like, oh, well, are they flip flopping here like a politician or something? But it's just that, it's kind of like a misinformation, a gap in information. But again, looking at the bigger picture, it's like, well, what do you want out of the situation? Okay. So that's going to be up to you, collective. Yeah. The overall on the bottom of the deck here is the Judgment card. So, yeah, you definitely went through some betrayal, and we're not too happy about it. And now it's kind of like that person's coming back, and you're like, well, that's great, right? And the thing is, they want you to think it's great, right? And so that's part of that offer as well. It's like, anytime you link up with anybody, it's like, how is that going to affect me and my prosperity? And it's not just about money. It's like, if, for some reason you get depressed because you're in a horrible relationship or an abusive relationship, I mean, are you going to be able to work? If you're down and out and depressed, and like, probably not very well. You know what I mean? So, you have to think about the implications of your emotional and mental and spiritual health, not just the physical, is there a roof over my head today? Okay. You have to think for exactly the bigger picture. Okay. So if shooting for the stars is something that you want to do, then you need to make that happen. Okay. And then, yes, you are going to be starting to affect some powerful change. Okay. Okay, y'all. I got to get out of this energy. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this reading. And please, until next time, manifest wisely. Bye bye.